Welcome back to another deck profile, Tamers. In today's video I am covering Phoenixmon. Now I've had this deck for a while, so it keeps getting tinkered, so this is just the updated version of what I'm now playing. It's not Guilmon line, it's all pure based, so anything from the Phoenixmon lineup. But yeah, it's again not meta defining, but it's still fun. So let's dive straight in, as always, with our Digi-Eggs. So, for Digi-Eggs then, Yokomon, 4 of from BT15. The inherited effect's an on-deletion effect, but you return one Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal, or Sovereign, other than Sea Animal, in one of its traits from your trash back to your hand. This goes hand in hand with some of the effects that you'll see in relation to some of the Tamers, as well as the level 6 and 5 Digimon. However, it's just a good egg for this deck. As for rookies, the starting turn 1 card of sorts is Biomon from BT11. It's the main searcher for the deck. You reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You add 1 red Digimon card with Vaccine in its traits, and 1 red Tamer card among them to your hand. You place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Inherited wise, on deletion, if you have a red Tamer in play, you gain 1 memory. If you're not familiar with this deck, it does use a lot of on deletion effects, and they go hand in hand with some of our level 6s. Next up is 1 copy of Biomon from BT13. Completely ignore the on-play effect. It doesn't get utilised in this version of the deck. However, I am utilising the on-deletion inherited effect, which is draw 1 card. Essentially, I'm only ever going to use this card either in the breeding area, or if I have enough memory in play where I can utilise the on-deletion effect. But yeah, just a 1 of mainly for gap filler purposes. Next up is the main Biomon from this deck, so it's BT15's version. Start of your main phase effect by trashing 1 Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal, or Sovereign. From your hand, you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and you can add any 1 red card among them to your hand, and then you place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Inherited wise, your turn once per turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you gain 1 memory. But this is the main Biomon for this deck. I did say I'd try to keep this as pure line as I could. That's why I'm only running 1 of each of these 2 cards here. Gotsumon from BT14, namely to stop players from playing Digimon by effects, and Solomon from ST12. All turns, players can't reduce play costs. They go very well against certain deck types, aka Royal Knights, aka purple colour decks. The Gotsu does affect yourself, however, you'd ultimately try and kill that off before you make any major plays. Champions, I am running 2 copies of BT11's Birdramon. It comes with blocker. On deletion inherited effect, you may play 1 red Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. Blockers in this game at the moment, especially if they're level 4 or under, can be easily removed. So I used to run more copies of this card, however, I'm now sticking to 2. Namely, still because the on deletion effect is very good. Right then, and not to waffle on, so Birdramon from BT15, we're running 3 copies. When Digivolving, return 1 Digimon card, 1 red Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal, or Sovereign trait from your trash to your hand, and in its inherited effect is your turn once per turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, gain 1 memory. It's really good, especially for the when Digivolving effect, and it will be utilised with a certain Tamer that will be revealed shortly. Lastly, we've got Birdramon from BT23, which is the new one. So, on play and when Digivolving, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 EP or less. So it can get rid of any pesky memory blockers or play Digimon by effect blockers, etc. It gets rid of that problem. It's on deletion effect, much like the previous Birdramons. In this case, you can play 1 red or CS trait Tamer card from your hand without paying the cost when it's deleted. Let's move on to our ultimate level Digimon now. So, Growlmons from BT23. It's on play and when Digivolving effect, 1 of your Digimon gains Raid for the turn. And on deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with the CS trait, or Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal, or Sovereign traits from your hand without paying the cost. It also has the same effect for its inherited as well. So, this is a really, really good card, and you can understand why the Growlmons got limited, because this is a crazy combo if you can get it. Next up is Growlmons from ST20. On play and when Digivolving for the turn, one of your Digimon gains security attack +1. The second half of that effect will never be used because you only have one colour Tamer in this deck. The your turn once per turn effect is when any of your Digimon are played or Digivolved. If they have the adventure trait, one of your Digimon gains Alliance, and then that one of your Digimon may attack. Similarly, its inherited effect is Alliance, so it can do some crazy damage, especially on an aggressive point. Next up is the limited Growlmons X Antibody BT16. On play and when Digivolving, you may return one red Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Then, if you have Growlmons or X Antibody in its sources, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon. Your turn once per turn, when a red card returns from your trash to your hand, one of your Digimon gains Rush for the turn. Inherited, on deletion, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. 3 copies of Phoenixmon from BT15 will start for our Megas. On play and on deletion effect. If your opponent has 3 or fewer security cards, delete one of their Digimon with the lowest DP. If they have 4 or more, you trash the top card of their security stack. And then when Digivolving, you may play either one red Digimon card with 5000 DP or less, or one red Tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. So that's to get us started, but following up next is none other than Phoenixmon X Antibody from BT16. When Digivolving, Blitz. Your turn. When this Digimon has either Phoenixmon or X Antibody in its sources, you attach End of Attack to all of its on-deletion effects. And then its on-deletion effect is that you may play one 11,000 DP or lower Digimon from your hand, as long as it relates to the relevant trait specified on the card. And then you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as the Digimon that was played. Omnimon X rounds up our Mega level Digimon. So from BT20 it comes with Raid, Piercing and Blocker. On play and when Digivolving, if Omnimon or X Antibody are in its sources, you choose one of both players' Digimon and delete all others, and then return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. End of your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon may gain Rush for the turn and attack without suspending. I was using Guilmons Ace as the top end at one point, however this card is just stupid good, it's needed. Next up is our Tamers. So a Kyo from BT11 will start with. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of the deck. You add one red Digimon card with vaccine in its traits among them, and then you bottom deck everything else. Your turn effect, when you play a red Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal or Sovereign trait, by an effect, by suspending this Tamer, that Digimon gains Rush for the turn. And as always with Tamer cards, security effects, you just play this without paying the memory cost. Next up is 3 copies of Sora from BT15. She's the memory setter of this deck. All turns, when a red Digimon card returns from your trash to your hand, you can return this Tamer to your hand to then play one 13,000 DP or lower red Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal or Sovereign. However, for each of your opponent's security cards, you reduce that value by 2,000. So she's good for later game as opposed to early game, but she's still good no less. And lastly, we got Goro from BT23. So start of your main phase effect, if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Your turn, when your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal or Sovereign trait, or the CS trait, by returning this Tamer to the hand, one of your Digimon gets 3,000 DP for the turn, and then one of your Digimon may attack. So this is just a pseudo blitz card generally. And has certainly replaced the Christie in my opinion. Moving on to option cards then, so starting with 1 copy of Wings of Love from BT15. The main effect, you may play 1 red Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. Then if you have a Tamer with Sora in its name, return 1 red Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Security effect, you may play 1 Biomon from your hand or trash without paying the cost, then add this card to your hand. And then we are running 2 copies of X Antibody's Protoform from EX5. In short, the main effect is one of your Digimon without X Antibody in its sources may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the X Antibody trait, with the cost reduced by 1. And then if it did, you place this card as its bottom Digivolution card. Inherited effect, all turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by one of your own effects, from this Digimon's Digivolution cards, return 1 Digimon card to the hand and place this X Antibody card on top of your security stack. Next up is 3 copies of Offense Training from the promo range. The main effect, you reveal the top 2 cards of your deck and then add any 1 red card among them to your hand. Bottom deck the others. The delay effect, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a red Digimon card from your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2. So yeah, I'm still using these just purely to try and escalate through the level 4s and 5s as quickly as I can. But it's a good card and a good search card generally. And then lastly, we got 2 copies of Red Memory Boost, again from the promotional line. Instead, you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and you add 1 red Digimon card among them to your hand. You bottom deck everything else. The delay effect, like all memory boosts have, or pretty much do, it gains 2 memory. And then the final card for the deck is just 1 copy of Red Scramble from the limited range. Main effect, one of your red Digimon may Digivolve into a red Digimon card in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 3. Then you place this card in your battle area. The start of your turn effect, if your opponent has a Digimon, you can activate Delay. Return 1 red Digimon card from your trash to the top of the deck. Then you may play 1 red Digimon card with 2000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost, only if you don't have a Digimon. And then security effect, you may play 1 red Digimon card with 2000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost, and then add this card to your hand. But that's it. That's our 50 card profile. Right then, so the profile is on the screen now. As always, feel free to copy and paste as you see fit. I have purposely built this with the intention of it being fun. It's in no way, shape or form meta defining. You'll get a few wins here and there, but those wins will at least be satisfying. But don't expect to go to regionals or nationals thinking you're going to win with this, or at least this version. I've purposely kept away from the Guilmon and Growlmon lineup because I think that base is an abomination in itself. And the restriction, as of late, hasn't affected it whatsoever. But otherwise, yeah, this is just purely built to have a bit of a laugh. If you want to take it to your local scenes, go ahead. If you've got a casual scene, go ahead. But when this deck pops, it really does go popping. So, as always, thank you very much for watching the video. Like the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.